Time for a bit of controversy. No hate, please. So the other day, I was visiting a friend who has got a problem. His problem is he can't stop buying guitars. He's made some errors. One of the errors he made, he had bought himself a Chibson.
No way! I cannot believe it. The guy is a wanker.
There you go. Now say what you want about Chibson and whether or not you should have fake guitars. Everyone's got an opinion. Occasionally people get fooled into thinking their opinion actually counts for something. It doesn't. My opinion doesn't count for fuck all. Neither does yours. But we can have a discussion. Just out of interest, of course, I don't agree with fake guitars. You shouldn't fake a guitar. If you're going to make a guitar, put another name on it. But they exist. They're out there. So I bought his off him because it's handy to have some reference guitars around the workshop. So if I'm recreating something, I've got something I can go back to. I don't really want an expensive reference guitar. Not a lot of point in that. So I thought I'll buy this twat's Chibson off him and I'll do a video for you and we'll see what it's like. It's never going to go out in the wild. I'm not going to deface it or anything like that. I'm just going to use it as a reference guitar to kick around, and if I knock it over, who gives a shit? They all come in these yellow boxes. Spoiler alert, it plays like a piece of shit. Let's have a little look, shall we? Still clumsy, still clumsy. You get some crap in the box, no one cares about that. So straight away, elephant in the room, that's the bit everyone goes mental about. It says Gibson, it's not a Gibson. So I'm just going to whiz through what I have found on this guitar straight away. The wiring is pretty shit inside. It's not traditional, but it all works. Sound-wise, it's not bad. The humbuckers are not bad. I didn't think they were that bad. The knobs are a little bit cheap and minging. Right along here, you can see that the thinnest of thin veneers that they've used on this top, clearly it's not a solid top. It's made of underpants or something. Whatever they add over there. That little join in the veneer is pretty crap. Gibson wouldn't let that go. There's no fret end nibs. The inlays are clearly plastic and not parloid. They haven't even put a fake name on the tuners. They normally put Chibson on there or something. They haven't got that on there. They're clearly fake. However, they're not bad. Got to give them that. They're not bad at all. The guitar is very light. The back's nice. It's clearly a two-piece. I mean, Gibson make 2- and 3-piece guitars. The neck's very thin. Thinner than a lot of Les Pauls. I actually quite like the neck. It's glossy. That's the only thing that's a bit shit. If you know anything about guitars, and certainly if you've owned a Les Paul, this thing's not going to convince anyone. Yes, I disagree wholeheartedly with these things. I'm happy that this isn't in the wild. But what I am curious about, and really the reason I got it, is how good can we make it? Because the neck is pretty good. The frets are munters. They are rough as rats. The fretboard is drier than Gandhi's flip-flop. Generally speaking, the guitar is as you would expect if you bought a £200 guitar. And this was 208 quid, I think the idiot paid for it. How good can I make this? Workshop beater-upperer. Let's just do some checking and measuring, shall we? I'm going to take the strings off. I'm going to straighten the neck out. We're going to check the frets for highs and lows. And action! It's got a minger of a plastic nut. I'm not changing that. The fretboard, look at the fretboard. This is funny. I'm taking your al fresco. I don't think that saw moisture when it was a tree. Now, naturally, you know on my channel I make guitars. I don't tart up guitars. But I couldn't resist having a little look. I apologise, Crimson, for using such a fabulous tool on such a shitty instrument. So we'll get out the skinny feelers. Definitely not my nickname. It's not getting any straighter than that. Where's me Stu-Mac rocker? Stu-Mac rocker. Don't buy a cheap one. I bought a cheap one. Fucker went flat. What's the point of that then? Oh, let me get the mic on that. Yes. Cherry rocker. So there you go, you're 150 quid in the can straight away. Someone's going to need to do a fret job. I'm not surprised at all. So the frets are shit. Should we just do a quick fret job? I'm not going to mess around too much, but they do need to be level. These have been pressed in the factory and no one's given a single shit. So we can see the high boy there, very high boy there. It's not really much of a tutorial, but we can see that the pen is gone from the tops of these. Alright, this is a StewMac Z file. This is an absolute sex machine, so easy to use. Alright. Bit of oil. You can't use lemon oil. Ah. Use whatever oil you want. Use Mazola if you want. I couldn't give a shit. I'm going to put it on liberal. I'm going to let it soak in.
And hit the spot.
And I'm not coming back here for a couple of days. I already know what my conclusion's going to be. Fretboard actually looks all right with a bit of oil on. All right, new day. We're back in the workshop. What are we going to do now? As advertised by Matt of Texas Toast, we are going to sort out our nut. Everything else is fine. We have fret level polish. We've oiled the fretboard twice actually. Still, it's much, much better. I'm going to string her up. We'll speed through that. In fact, I'll probably just cut away and we'll come back. See you in a minute. So I'm basically 1.7 mil on the low E at the 12th fret and 1.3 on the high E, which is neither high nor low really. It's kind of in between. We're just going to get tuned up. Last little jobs. We're in tune. Everything's set. Nut height around about the 0.25 mil height at the first fret. And the other thing I'm going to do, because I hate the bloody shiny back, but we are just taking the top layer of sheen off here. Horrible stuff. Dry rag. Have a look at the damage. Much, much better. For the minute, I don't really care what it looks like as such. That's a much better neck. You could go a lot further than that. I probably would. I'd probably sand right back through the colour there and give myself an oil finish on the back. That would be better. Let's plug the fucker in, shall we? See what it sounds like. We'll do a little demo at home, shall we? And we'll see what this guitar actually sounds like. I've got a feeling it's going to be all right. See you in a minute. Well, I'll give you a conclusion now. I'm going to say it tentatively. Let's have a go, shall we?
Here we go.
Should you buy one? No. I'll say that categorically. You shouldn't buy one of these. But let's pull it apart. Is it a good guitar? When it arrived, no, it was shit. Was it on par with £200 guitars in shops? Probably some. If you go to a guitar shop and you pick up, and it's a big one, and you pick up 20 £200 guitars, some of them, they're going to have a few duff frets. They're going to be not set up perfectly. They've had no human interaction with their setup. I've done a fret level crown and polish, new strings, adjusted the nut, lubricated the nut, sanded the back edge, rolled the fretboards a little bit. I mean, I build guitars. I don't know. I don't take it to Tex, but I'm guessing that's a £300 worth of work. Maybe 200 to £300. So if it's 300 quid, this is now a £500 guitar. I've got to say, it's brilliant now. Now I've set it up, it's brilliant. Just like any guitar. So don't think it's some sort of fucking wizardry. It's brilliant. I'm really impressed with the humbuckers. That's the thing you always think is going to be crap. AliExpress humbuckers, and most of them have been in the past. They're really nice. You can mess around with your electronics if you want. That'd be the next thing to... I'd put a bone nut on here if I was going to, you know, really go to town. The tuners aren't bad. I wouldn't bother changing them, really. You could go... how long's a piece of fucking string? You can go mad. The bones of this thing are fine. And it pains me to say, it plays really, the neck is really good. Now it's set up, it is a great guitar.
Take that shit back.
I've said it, it's fucking fine. So there you go. There's my conclusion. Should you buy one? No. Is it fine once it's been set up? Yes. Once it's been set up properly, it's a £500 guitar. Should you just go and buy a £500 guitar from England where you've got warranty and somewhere to take it back? Yes, absolutely. Can you buy £500 guitars that aren't set up and play as nice as this? Yes. The answer is yes to all the questions, all right? If you know nothing about guitars, don't buy one. If you've got £500 to buy a guitar with, go to Anderton's or Guitar. Go out for lunch for the day, set yourself half a day, set yourself the whole day. Go in 2 or 3 times, piss them off. Try everything. Find the guitar that you love. Don't buy a Chibson, all right? It's not an industry we want to be supporting. Fall in love before you buy it. See you later, everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope I didn't waffle too much. I'm going to go because I can see some of you glazing over. Later.